I'm about to show you the most sneaky and mind-blowing way to find samples for your copywriting portfolio. Even if you're a complete beginner with no experience, I'm going to show you how to write samples for real brands and potentially get paid for your samples. There is a secret trick to this method, and I'm going to reveal it to you right at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around to get the secret trick and also to help me boost my YouTube viewer retention rate. Thank you! Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into step one. The first thing you really need to do is some research, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second, but let me also explain to you why are you going to be doing the research. A couple of years ago, I made a video where I suggested that you create portfolio samples that are fake or mock portfolio samples. So you make up fictional brands and fictional copy assignments and write the samples in that way. Fast forward to today, I'm happy to admit that I was dead wrong. Probably I listened to this advice from another YouTuber when I was starting out, and that's why I did it. And that's why I shared it with you. But then I thought about it and I asked myself this question. If I was starting all over again and I had to create a portfolio, would I really use fictional samples, or is there a better way to do this? Immediately, I thought, no freaking way. It doesn't make sense to use fictional samples. A better way is to actually research brands, and just like you would if you were trying to cold email somebody, you would find a weak link in their sales funnel, rewrite that piece of their sales funnel, and then pitch it to them. Even if you don't get paid for it, at least you can use it in your portfolio, and at least you might be able to get a testimonial. Now, once your portfolio is already existing and beautiful, of course, you will not be writing free samples for brands. It won't make sense in terms of your time because you're already experienced. But what you will be doing is still researching your clients to understand if your work can have a positive impact on their business. So, for example, you would find a weak link in the marketing campaign and you would pitch your service to them based on that and give them some recommendations based on what you found through your research. But just to clarify this for you, the reason it is better to use real brands as pieces for your portfolio instead of fictional samples is because they carry more potential in terms of opening you up to professional relationships and starting your copywriting career. So, as I mentioned to you, the first thing you need to do is some basic research. The way I would approach it is just to sit down, block out half an hour in your day to think about what kind of brand do you think you would be a good fit for. As you're starting out, you need to have some kind of leverage, and the best way to do this is to think about topics that you are already pretty knowledgeable in. For example, if you love clean beauty and you're always buying clean beauty products, then you might be a great copywriter for clean beauty brands because you are the target audience. You have a good understanding of the competition and the market. Naturally, you are a good fit for the role. This is literally the first step of your research, to narrow down the search area for you. It's kind of like when a person goes missing in New York, for example. The police is not just going to search every freaking house and every street in New York. The first thing they're going to try and do is narrow down the suspects, narrow down the search area, and narrow down as much as possible to make the search easier for them. And you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to list like 3 different types of businesses that you would naturally make a good fit for. This can relate to maybe an area that you're studying, the industry you already work in, a hobby of yours that you love. For example, for me, it could be something like self-development or spirituality because it's something that I have a lot of interest and experience in. I've read a lot of books, I went to seminars, I worked with spiritual teachers, I organized events. I have a lot of unique experience in this particular niche that I think I could leverage to convince my first few clients that I am the right person to work with. Okay, so once you have the list of, let's say, 3 different industries you want to think about You want to think about what kind of businesses exist within these industries, and then you have to make a decision about which type of business is going to give you the highest chance of landing your first client. For example, if I were to look at the spiritual or self-development niche, we have authors that sell books. We have digital and informational products like courses. We have e-commerce stores that would be selling things like yoga mats, crystals, journals. We could also have seminars that are being organized. We could have app and community subscriptions, coaching packages. There's just a lot going on in this niche. So what I would do is I would list them out one by one and look at the ones that had the highest potential for me and that interests me. Let's say you love pets and this is your niche, and the reason pets is a good niche is because people are willing to be irrational for their pets. So they're willing to spend a lot of money buying all kinds of things for their pets. If you want some feedback on your niche of choice, comment down below what niche you think would be good for you and why you think that. And I'm going to get back to you in the comments and let you know what I think about it. Okay, so let's say you love pets. Maybe you're a vet right now, but you want to be a copywriter, so you have a lot of knowledge about pet health. You could think about what's going on in the pet health niche. For sure, we have e-commerce stores that are selling supplements for pets. You have digital products like guides and courses for pet owners who want to take better care of their pets. You will also have coaches that are coaching people how to train their pets and to take care of their pets. You could also have physical coaches who go in and in person attend to the pet and train them. So there are a lot of possibilities in any niche. And once you know the kind of businesses that you want to work with, so let's say self-development coaches, you will start looking for these businesses. You can narrow it down even further and it might make things easier for you. So let's say you look for spiritual coaches or self-development coaches that specifically work with women in their 30s that have trouble dating and they're looking for someone to help them find the right soulmate. So the next step is to start trying to locate your business. So if you're looking for a business that's coaching women on how to date and how to find a soulmate from a self-development or a spiritual perspective, you might want to start browsing through YouTube because normally coaches are instructing and teaching. So they might be on YouTube putting out videos about this specific topic. They might also have an Instagram account or a TikTok account. They could be on Twitter. They could have a Facebook group. So there are many places where this coach could live. And as you start encountering these businesses online, start taking notes on them. So you'll be noting things like, what does their sales funnel look like? Is it a Facebook group? Is it a content machine? Is it reels on Instagram, YouTube? And then what happens? Do they have a link to their email newsletter sign up? Do they have a coupon for their products? What happens when you find this first step of the funnel, which is usually content or a paid ad? Where do you click through and what happens after? So take notes on their funnel, sign up to the welcome sequence, take a look at the landing page, take a look at everything that they're offering. Essentially what you're trying to find is a weak link in their sales funnel. But at the same time, you're trying to get a feel for how big the business is, how much money they're likely to be making, what their customers think, and whether it would be a good idea to write a sample for them and what potential it had for you. So for me, a weak link could be an underdeveloped welcome series. Maybe it's only 3 days long. Maybe it doesn't include the benefits. Maybe it doesn't have enough CTAs in it. This will be an indicator that the person is trying, but they don't know what they're doing and that they will likely accept help. So now that you have a list of brands that you want to reach out, make sure that you reach out to the decision makers. So I would recommend just kind of going into Google or LinkedIn, finding the brand and finding out who is the decision maker. So if it's a bigger business, you'll have someone like the head of marketing. Or if it's a coach, then obviously it is the coach who is making the decisions, unless they're in an agreement with some kind of a coach pimp. Try to avoid going through admin emails and customer service emails because they will naturally just turn you down and turn your email away. They're the gatekeepers and they're responsible for doing that. So let's say that you have a way to get through to the decision maker. So here you can either write the sample or you can reach out to the brand and talk with them a little bit before writing the sample. And another two choices you have is that you can offer it to them for free. Just say, hey, I've done it for you. Would you like to use it? I think it would be really awesome for your brand. And if they say yes, then ask them for a testimonial in exchange. Or you can ask them for some money. So one way to do that would be, again, just to send a sample to them and ask them if they like it. And if they say that they like it, you would say, well, since you said that you like it, maybe you want to use it as part of your sales funnel. I think it would be awesome for your brand, and here's the price. And obviously make the price appealing. Whatever you decide to do, you would move on to pitch your service. So you would tell them that you actually looked through their sales funnel and you found that the welcome sequence is quite weak, and you would give them some benefits of having a good welcome sequence, and you would offer to jump on a call and give them some more personalized advice. And then it would just be a simple sales call where you would ask them more about their challenges and their welcome sequence and their business in general, and then you would just offer your service. So in my opinion, this is the best way to find samples for your portfolio and automatically get started in copywriting. It's really the path of least resistance, and I think it offers anybody the potential to start landing projects in less than 30 days of starting this process. So to summarize the whole thing, and so that you get the trick to this method, let me go over it quickly. So the first step is to understand what is it about you that you can leverage to get your first copywriting client. The second step is to narrow down your search. So you really want to understand what kind of businesses you should be even looking at and considering. The next step is to do your research and look into the sales funnel and understand what the brand is doing and what potential it offers you as a new copywriter. The last step is to reach out to them and choose which way you want to play things. Do you want to offer the sample for free? Do you want to ask for some money? Do you want to ask for your testimonial? Either way, play around with it and find a way that feels most comfortable for you. I guarantee you that if you do this, you will land your first client whether you like it or not. So, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave me a like. I know the video was their bomb and no one else is teaching this method, so give it a thumbs up. Thank yous in the comments are welcome, kind words are welcome, questions are welcome, feedback is welcome. Stay in touch. You can also join my private community for new copywriters where I do live lessons weekly. The link is down below. You can join my course, the link is down below. You can join my challenge, the link is down below. I have lots of learning resources to help you keep growing, so please take advantage of them. And I will see you later on this week for another video.